because this is a moment I have dreamt about, that we shall have sufficient momentum at one point for us to gather in a congregation like this. Today we are gathering here, not merely to convene a summit, but we are gathering here to mark a historic and pivotal moment in Uganda's journey. Today we mark a shift from mere promise to performance, from a raw potential that we have nurtured to realized impact. Through the full harnessing of science, technology, and innovation as the engine of our national and regional development. As many of us are aware, we have worked very hard in the background, especially as scientists, as researchers, as innovators. There has been a lot of hard work that has been taking place. Not just now, but over the past decades. We have worked to build capacity among professors, among people who understand manufacturing, and I really want today to acknowledge the contribution and the foundational and invaluable work of these people who have worked for a long time in the background, building institutions that have laid the foundation for the work which we are undertaking now and which we are showcasing now. I wish to request you to join me in an applause to our institutions and our professors and our universities and research institutions that have worked for a very long time. Let us give them a hand clap. Institutions like our universities, Makerere University, Marana University, Stemma University, you've worked for a long time laying the foundation for what we are seeing now. The establishment of STI Secretariat under the Office of the President in 2021 marked a significant transition in Uganda's science, technology, and innovation. It was not simply an administrative shift or adjustment, but it was a very strategic signal. It was a declaration that Uganda would no longer stand at the margins of the knowledge economy. And so it was time to harness everything that we had built over the decades to bring it now to bear on the livelihoods, on the economy, on the jobs, on the technologies available in Uganda. Under the wise leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of Uganda, Uganda's STI architecture has been redesigned to serve as the control tower of the national transformation. Through our dual-track approach, we have a dual-track approach, which we have a looping system. We look behind to close historical gaps using existing technologies as well as pulling up our technologies which had been abandoned when the colonialists came. And we are coupling that with a leaping approach into the frontiers of deep science We are building a resilient, inclusive, and competitive economy founded in science, technology, and innovation. This moment of this inaugural National Science Summit is the natural outcome of that bold commitment. The summit is not only a technical event, it is a national awakening, a realization that our most strategic mineral is not in the ground, but it is embedded within the minds of our most valuable exports must not be the raw materials that we have been known for globally, but ideas, innovations, technologies that bear the stamp made in Uganda. And this is what we are set our face towards, even as we gather this morning. The future will not belong to countries with the most land or even the most gold, but it is going to depend on those with the most functional minds and the capacity for us to move innovation from idea to impact, and to do it fast and very efficient. This summit is very, very important for us because it serves as a platform for one, demystifying innovation ecosystems. For a long time, we work and science is considered outside the scientific community as something which is really not for them. But where our nation must go, we must replace that myth that science is for a few elite minds. My brothers and sisters, fellow citizens, science is life. Science is our life as individuals, as a nation, as sectors, as institutions. It is the engine in your smartphone which you spend quite a bit of time with. It's behind the border rides that we take. It's behind the reason whether that border will break in time or not, or whether that car will crash or not. Science is what we live and move with every day. Through this summit, we bring science back to the people, accessible, practical, and empowering. Although scientists will be sharing what they do behind the scenes, they will endeavor to make it understandable to those of us who don't live our lives daily in science. The second reason is connecting innovation to manufacturing and industry. Manufacturing is the hallmark of any nation that aspires to go beyond basic livelihoods. Any nation that wants to participate in the future of nations, you must have something that you're manufacturing, something that is unique to you, something that others want. So Uganda must break the cycle of brilliant ideas which die on the drawing boards, or become perennial prototypes meant only for exhibition. We are building the last mile manufacturing, making sure that our ideas from the lab start the market. And so the man on the street begins to feel that the science that we are undertaking in the back here is beneficial and has a connection to his day-to-day struggles. The ecosystem that we require brings innovators with the engineers together, fabricators who are necessary, financiers, both local and global. When we are in such a summit, we mix and match. And this is how our prototypes are going to become products from our shelves, and ideas will become industries. And the industries will build our economy. The third reason for the significance of this platform, which we are going to build and build, is creating interdisciplinary value. The National Science Summit is curated to fuel cross-pollination of disciplines, where an agricultural scientist is going to meet a data engineer, and a health innovator is going to meet collaborators with material chemists. This is how the systems of innovation is born, not in silos, but in symphonies. Because there is no single industry or product that arises and reaches the market out of a single scientific discipline. Hence, this platform. The fourth value why we wanted to have this summit is for us to begin to create the global and local relevance. Our mission is not to copy, it is to contextualize. We are convinced that there is a lot of room reserved by science and innovation for any nation which at any time takes that decisive decision and action to join the world of innovation. There is a price to pay, however. There is a price of hard work. There is a price of understanding that you have to think differently. You will not go far by simply imitation and walking in historical steps where the highest value has already been mined. But you can stand on the foundations of science and innovate and create. That's the beauty of innovation. We turn challenges into value. Actually, challenges are the raw materials upon which we work. And so I should never hear a scientist grumble and complaining helplessly, because the presence of a problem signals creation of a solution, which is your product. So we want to craft a niche for ourselves. Our unique approach as Uganda is to take that local scientific principles and reimagine them through the Ugandan lens, responding to our needs, our climate, our culture, our geographical location and geopolitical positioning, the era of industrial revolutions, and our current economic context and aspirations. And that is how we are moving from imitation to original contribution. What makes Uganda's STI approach unique? Under the leadership of His Excellency the President and the support of the frameworks that support him, the Vice President, the Prime Minister's Office, the colleague ministers, the Cabinet, the support of the Parliament, which has enabled us to move this far, is that we have crafted a distinctly Ugandan path. One that anchors on the deep scientific fundamentals, not quick fixes. We do not follow quick fixes. It imbues original, unique thoughts rooted in context, history, and relevance. It accelerates implementation through a result-oriented, mission-driven governance framework at all levels. And most importantly, it places people at the center, building Uganda's innovation from the household to the community to the global stage. This hybrid of scientific rigor, and I would like to give an example of a beautiful orchestra that we have built, linking our formerly known herbalists, now known as indigenous scientists, and building it into a symphony up to the topmost science of clinical trials, and coming out with unique products that meet requirements far beyond even what is on the market. We have vast needs, and soon in the next few years, I believe Uganda is going to be unleashing drugs that cure hitherto declared incurable diseases. So as we open, it is my passionate call to all of us in the academic and research arena. Please let your research, let your teaching speak to the urgent questions of our economy. Train not for numbers of graduates, for the sake of history, because that is how it has always been, or for some other mundane academic tradition, because you want to fit into a global architecture. Train for problem solving, relevant in the context of our nation and our region, and our space and our time. I just call upon you not to attach yourself to rigid curriculum, but become innovators of curriculum daily, so as to become relevant in every step of the industrial revolution which is unfolding in this nation. Private sector, I appeal to you, invest in Uganda's professions. Bet on our brains, partner with our makers. I assure you, ignoring the current way of innovation and technologies which are emerging will soon render you relevant in the market. So I want to encourage you not to nurture entrepreneurial suicide, but to embrace this surging wave of innovation in the country. See how to embrace it within what you're doing, and you will partner with government so that you will offtake for our innovation emerging out of research institutions and academic institutions, and out of the sometimes the most unexpected lessons of our Juakari. Let us create room for them. Otherwise, if we continue doing private sector traditionally, importing technology, there is an emerging new economy upon which we are going to appeal to Ugandans to take action. the traders take our products and build the relevant chains of trade so that later we don't cry foul. Our development partners, I appeal to you to support Uganda's unique STI vision, not as charity, but as investment in a rising innovation economy. Invest in the future donor country, because that's the goal now. We want to see Uganda as a donor nation who will come support your work in the future. To my fellow citizens, I appeal for you to believe, participate, speak positively about the innovations in your country. A positive stance will harness our energies, make sure you are demanding science-based solutions in your communities. Industrial revolutions come. The ones who benefit most are those who align quickly, especially the youth. I call upon you to pay interest. Do not meet every announcement, every pronouncement that appears on your social media with a negative banner. You are going to remain behind, because outside your social media cocoon, there are many that are moving ahead. If you barrier yourself from noticing what is happening, you're going to find yourself in a zone of no benefit. Because undoubtedly, your future job, your mobility, the medicine, the technology that you use, and the services that you're going to need are herein embedded. As I come to the close of my remarks, I want to state that there are no angels and miracle workers at STI. We are ordinary men and women, made of flesh and blood, bred in the same environment, breathing the same air, experiencing the same things that everybody is experiencing, with the same circumstances. But we have made a conscious choice to lay our lives for this cause. And at this moment, I would like to request the STI staff who are in the congregation to stand up for recognition. These are mostly young men and women. As the minister, charged with the responsibility to provide the technical and policy leadership, I chose a path of implementing this. The technical staff are young, they are ordinary Ugandans, they have laid a foundation for a work ethic which has transformed science, technology, and innovation in short 4 years. Because this work ethic works, and we have demonstrated it works and can transform any sector, we embrace the laws of science, which include the scientific process, which guides our decision making, the idea to market journey, which guides our support framework to innovations, the value chain analysis, which helps us to answer the question, where is the money? The ecosystem thinking, which helps us to embrace all players in the ecosystem, even those who had not thought they are part of it, and we harness value. And we have embraced this last one, brutal integrity. Brutal integrity. For science does not tolerate corruption. If you ever fly in an airplane which lacks 5% of the technology, because a corrupt scientist diverted that money, you may not need to tell the story. We have been joined in this crusade by an array of science institutions and scientists and innovators. And they have heard this gospel, and they have arisen. I've seen many of them translate their ideas in record time. So now we invite the public, the media, all of you to join in this crusade. And within a few years, we shall forget where we were when we started the journey. Let this be known across our land. Uganda is no longer waiting to be transformed. Uganda is doing the transforming. We are using products that are culture of innovation. Not just industries, but scientific sovereignty. Not just factories, but a knowledge-driven civilization. As we open this summit, the first one ever, we do it with the deep conviction that science, when contextualized, prioritized, and democratized, is the highest form of patriotism and the surest path to prosperity. Let us rise, let us innovate, let us make in Uganda and make Uganda known. Let us commit to polishing this pearl, the pearl of Africa. Let us make Uganda the best. For God and my country, thank you for listening.